Hey everyone, so today is a very exciting day for me because I have put together a fragrance collection video. Now I haven't put out a video in a very long time, so that's another reason why it's a big kind of day for me. I'm finally able to do that again. So I decided to sort of come back with a collection video, and this isn't going to be all of my fragrances. I do have a lot. If you have watched my videos in the past, you have a certain understanding of what that means. But today's video is going to focus on just my celebrity fragrance collection. So I'm not going to do my designers. I'm going to save those for another video. And before we begin, thank you if you're watching and you're someone who's been sort of waiting for me to put out a new video in the last little while. I know I haven't done it in quite some time, but I'm now able to do so again, so I'm really happy about that. So anyways, without further ado, let us begin my celebrity fragrance collection. Well, our first lady of fragrance, we'll call her, is actually one of my favorites when it comes to fragrance collections. I do find myself going to this section of my collection more often than a lot of the other celebrities that you'll see in this video. So I want to begin my fragrance collection video with one of my favorites, and that is Jessica Simpson. Okay, so here is my Jessica Simpson fragrance collection, the very first in the video. So Jessica Simpson began her fragrance journey back in 2008 when she debuted onto the scene with her first fragrance, which was called Fancy. So these here are the 5 pieces in the Fancy collection. This was the original one here. It was followed by Fancy Love, and then we had Fancy Nights. Then came I Fancy You, and the last one was called Fancy Girl. These here are some fancy tester strips that I got back when the fragrance launched. And we have 2 lotions in the back, Fancy Love and the original Fancy. Now on the left here, we actually have the one of the newer fragrances from her. This is called Jessica Simpson Signature. So it's beginning a new chapter in the Jessica Simpson fragrance story. Already it has a second counterpart that's over here, and it is called 10. Now it does not represent the 10th fragrance in the collection. She actually only has 8 fragrances. This represents the 10th year of the Jessica Simpson brand. And then up here we have sort of the forgotten Jessica fragrance. It's called Vintage Bloom. Not one of the fancies, it was kind of just a standalone fragrance. And in the center here we have the one and only thing better than a Jessica Simpson Fancy collection, and that is the Jessica Simpson Mini Fancy collection. I think they're so adorable. I saw this package online a long time ago, but I could never find it in stores, and when I finally did, it was like a dream come true. So we have Little Mini Vintage Bloom, Fancy, I Fancy You, and Fancy Love, followed by a Fancy Love advertisement. And this, my favorite Jessica advertisement, is her I Fancy You ad, which I have here sort of right on the top. Alright, so that is my Jessica Simpson fragrance collection. Oh wait, there's actually one last thing I forgot about. There's a little secret passage over here. So I didn't have room for all this in the front, but this is another Fancy lotion. And then this is a little cup of roller balls and travel sprays. Which one is this? This is Fancy Love. That's a roll-on. And then I got the travel spray collection. We got Fancy Love, I Fancy You, Fancy, and Fancy Nights. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying the word fancy because I feel like my head's gonna fall off. Alright, so our next lady of fragrance actually began her journey in 2010. She already has 8 fragrances with her name on it, and there's a 9th fragrance coming out very shortly. Or it could actually be out now, but it's not available here yet. So her collection is a lot more, we'll say, bolder than Jessica's collection. Jessica, I find her collection very romantic, very loving. This next collection is a lot louder, a lot stronger, a lot of personality in these fragrances, just like her. I have all of the fragrances released so far, the first 8. Anyways, so the next lady of fragrance is Rihanna. Okay guys, so here is my Rihanna fragrance collection. She sits right next to Jessica. So, as I said, Rihanna has 8 fragrances. I do have them all. So we'll start in the center here. The one that she started off with in 2010 is Rebel Fleur. That was followed by Rebelle over here. I've got the advertisement on its right beside it. And then we have Nude. So these 3 came in the same style of bottle. Here are some Rihanna tester strips that I got during the launch. Over here we have the first in the Rogue collection. That's the very large bottle with the Nude advertisement right behind. Above that we have the first in the Riri collection, which came out last year. Up here we have one of, actually this is Rihanna's only men's fragrance called Rogue Man. I feel like a lot of these celebrities, you know, all of their fragrances are typically geared towards women, but this one was actually for men. And then over here we have her newest one called Crush in the golden bottle. So up here I got a Rihanna miniature package very recently actually. I was very excited for it. It kind of just snuck right in before this video, so I was happy about that. This here is called Rogue Love. That is the 8th in my collection. And then we have little miniatures of Riri, Nude, and Rogue. My favorite fragrance ad from her is her Rogue ad, so I have that one displayed up here. And behind the main 3 here, we have 4 lotions. Rogue, Rebel Fleur, Riri, and Crush is sort of hiding behind here. Oops. And soon, the 3rd fragrance in her Riri collection will be released. It is called Kiss. It comes in a light blue bottle, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so our next lady of fragrance actually started her fragrance journey in 2010 as well, just like Rihanna, and she also has 8 fragrances, so they're kind of been neck and neck that way. But their fragrance collections could not be more different. I find this next collection to be geared to more, or marketed towards more of a younger audience. All the fragrances are very sort of casual, fruity, sweet kind of scents, very flirty and fun. I actually only have 7 out of the 8 fragrances in this next collection. The 8th one is available, I just haven't got it yet, so I do apologize for that. But here is our 3rd lady of fragrance, and it is, if you haven't guessed it already, Katy Perry. Alright, so here is my Katy Perry fragrance collection. Very colorful. So we'll start with the very first one that came out in 2008, and that is Purr. So here's the Purr bottle. Comes in the nice little cat-shaped container. On here I have Killer Queen tester strips. So on one side I actually have another bottle of Purr. This is the 50 milliliter. And this one here is called Killer Queen's Royal Revolution. I have a small mini, a lotion, and a larger bottle up top. On the roof here is Killer Queen Oh So Sheer. And on the right is the original Killer Queen, sort of hiding in the red bottle there. Right below is Meow, next to the Killer Queen body lotion, and this one here is called Killer Queen Spring Rain. That was limited edition. So they sit there on their little throne, and right above we have the advertisement for Katy Perry's Mad Potion, and of course the actual fragrance here. This is a little 30 milliliter with a lotion and a shower gel. So the only one missing, of course, is Mad Love, which is her most recent fragrance. And I'll be getting a gift set for that soon. I actually saw it at the store the other day. It came with like a lotion and a shower gel. I was gonna get it, and I can't remember what my reasoning for not getting it at that moment was. Anyways, I didn't get it, and I'm gonna have to go back and get it. Okay, so I just watched that Katy Perry clip back. I just wanted to make sure everything was like going smoothly. And I realized you can totally see who the next person is, because I'm like, eh. But I'm going to give her an introduction anyways, because they all deserve their own introduction. So our fourth lady of fragrance, who you have no idea who it is, she started her fragrance journey in 2010 as well. They all kind of just exploded in 2010. But she has 13 fragrances already, which is more than, she has like the fastest fragrance rate of production, I suppose, than anyone else. Now this is good because it gives, you know, her fans a lot of variety, but at the same time, it sometimes leads to some of the fragrances being a little bit rushed. You know, I'm not trying to sound mean, but a few of them could have used a bit of tweaking. Anyways, our fourth lady of fragrance is Beyoncé. Alright, so here is my Beyoncé fragrance collection. So I did mention she has 13. Of those 13, I have 12. One of them has sort of evaded my grasp. I don't know where to get it, but, you know, close enough, I suppose. So we'll start on the bottom where most of the heats are. On the right side, we have the original heat right here. This one here is the newest heat. It's called Heat Kissed. Here we have Heat Rush. Behind that is Heat Seduction. This is Heat, the Mrs. Carter World Tour Limited Edition. I don't know, it was like that really long thing. And this is Midnight Heat. We have a Midnight Heat body lotion and a regular Heat body lotion in the back there. Up here is Heat Wild Orchid in the pink bottle. And let's just skip over here for a moment and look at the last heat, which is Heat Ultimate Elixir with the little schmoof there. And in the center we have Pulse in its little rocket ship ready to blast away. Beside that is Pulse NYC. And behind that is her one and only summer fragrance, Pulse Summer. And then here is Rise in the golden bottle with the Rise body lotion. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I was right, 12. That is the Rise advertisement there. So the only one that I don't have is Rise Sheer, which I haven't seen in stores anywhere. I don't even know if a lot of people know about its existence, but I'm pretty sure it does exist. I just can't find it. Alright, so our fifth lady of fragrance started her journey in 2011. So it hasn't been that long, but she already has 5 fragrances in her collection. I find hers to be very, well, it's hard to sort of group all 5 of them into one sort of description, but I do find them sort of magical. They like to tell their own little stories with the bottles and with the fragrances themselves. So I will move on to our fifth lady, which is Taylor Swift. Okay guys, so here is my Taylor Swift fragrance collection. So as I said earlier, she has 5 in her collection. We're going to start with her first one, which is on the left. And this one is called Wonderstruck. And I still really love the bottle for this one. That was followed by Wonderstruck Enchanted. She's wearing the red dress for that advertisement. And then over here we have Taylor by Taylor Swift with the pearls. Down here are some Taylor testers. This one is called Taylor Made of Starlight. That was sort of a limited edition version of the original Taylor. And the third family of fragrances, and her most recent one, is called Incredible Things in this sort of colorful bottle here. I do have a lotion for Incredible Things right behind Made of Starlight there. And this is a big lotion of the Wonderstruck fragrance. So we're going to move on to our sixth lady of fragrance. Now she started late in the game in 2012. She has 2 fragrances, however, she has been quoted as saying, in fact I saw like a video for saying it, that she does not want to make any more, at least not like the foreseeable future. So, you know, I do have the 2 that she has put out. One of them is a unisex fragrance, which was interesting because you don't really see those too often among the celebrity world. And her original fragrance did have a lot of hype surrounding it. I remember the launch of it and all the different things that they did, and I was really excited to get a bottle. So it is a smaller collection, but I really do like her, and so I wanted to kind of devote a section to her, even though she only has the 2. So, without further ado, our next lady is in fact Lady Gaga. Alright, so here is my Lady Gaga small fragrance collection with her 2 entries here. So the pictures that you see, they're the advertisement for the original fragrance that she released, which was called Fame. And she's got all the little like monsters crawling all over her. So these are the Fame tester strips that I got at launch. So I have the bottle displayed in its little claw. I remember when they were first selling these, they had all the testers in these cool like claw display stands, and I really wanted one. I couldn't get one, so I decided to sort of just, you know, kind of make one, I guess. So I just got like a base here, took the lid off and put that in, so it's just kind of sitting on its own lid. Normally it would rest, you know, that way, and then you would flip it around. Oops. So I just kind of let it sit there. So I like to kind of just let it sit there, and then on the bottom here are the little miniatures, the little mini monsters that are running around. They are not sprays, they're like, you just kind of, you know, pour it out. They're really cute, I like those ones. And then her second fragrance on the right here is called Eau de Gaga No. 1. It was her unisex fragrance in this solid square or rectangular black bottle. And as I said, I think it's her last one, but it was nice that she kind of entered the fragrance world, if even for a moment, to give us a little treat. Alright everyone, so our 7th lady of fragrance is really more of a queen of fragrances, because she's been doing this for quite a while, this being, you know, the perfume business. She has a total, she has more fragrances than any other celebrity. She has 26 in total. She's been doing this since 2002 is when her first fragrance debuted. So, you know, it's been quite a while. I've really enjoyed her fragrances. You know, some of them are kind of just, I don't want to call them throwaway scents, but they kind of are. But there's definitely a lot of sort of hidden gems and really good quality ones among that 26. And of the 26, I have 25. Her collection actually split into 2 shelves because it was getting really cramped. So let's move on to our 7th lady, which is Jennifer Lopez. And all of the glows. Okay, so here is part 1 of my Jennifer Lopez collection. So on this shelf I have only her glow fragrances, so not including any of the other families like Live and Still, all like that. This is just the glows. So we're going to start in the very center. So this here is the original glow that started the adventure off back in 2002. Over here we have Miami Glow, one of her best fragrances in my opinion. This one here is Glow After Dark. Over here we have Love at First Glow. This is Blue Glow. In the back row we have one of her somewhat newer ones, the Rio Glow. Over here is LA Glow with a very large ring attached to it. Here is Sun-Kissed Glow. This one is Wild Glow. Oops. And the last one, it was sort of a re-release. This is, it's called, where is it? Eau de Glow. So it's the original one, but it's like a new, a lesser concentration. It's a little bit different, but it's more just like a lighter experience of the first one. This is a very old tester from 2002 when Glow launched. I have all the boxes in the back there, and then a couple miniatures. Mini Glow, Mini Love, Mini, oops, very dark. Mini Miami, And the last one is Glow After Dark. I do have a couple lotions. They're actually just in the back. Glow After Dark and then a Sun-Kissed Glow lotion, but there's not much room to show them. Alright, so we're going to move on to part 2 of the Jennifer Lopez collection. So these are all of her non-glow fragrances. As I said earlier, she does have quite a few. So on the left here, we have her Live collection. This is the original Live. This is Live Luxe. And Live Platinum, the Christmas special edition. In the center is Love and Glamour. Behind that is Still. This is one of her really older ones as well. And hiding in the corner is Love and Light. So here we have Deseo. This one up top is Deseo Forever. This is just a little miniature of Deseo Forever. And this is her one and only men's fragrance, Deseo for Men. Hiding in this corner is Glowing. This is a 30 ml, so it doesn't have the actual glowing feature to the bottle. And then up top, we have the last 5 here. This is called J Lust. This is Glowing Forever. This is My Glow. This is Glowing Goddess. And then in the corner is J Love. So the only one I'm missing, do you know which one it is? Have you figured it out? It is J Luxe, which is the 3rd one in this family. It comes in a black bottle. Haven't been able to find it, but as soon as I do, I will add it to the collection for sure. So that is my Jennifer Lopez fragrance collection. Okay, so our 8, 9, I don't even know where we're on anymore. Our next lady of fragrance hasn't been in the fragrance world for very long, but she has certainly been in the celebrity world for really longer than anyone that you'll see today. She only has 2 fragrances. She debuted in 2012 finally with her debut scent. I guess it was kind of just to kind of go along with, you know, the current trend of everyone putting out a scent. So she went ahead and did it, and then followed it up the following year with her second and probably last fragrance. I had a lot of fun when I got this fragrance because I actually got a chance to go to one of the big launches for this scent. I think I might have told you guys when I did the review of it. So it was a lot of fun. It always brings back good memories. And I don't know exactly what I said about this fragrance, you know, years ago when I reviewed it, but I do find myself wearing it actually quite often, more so than I used to when I first got it. The second one, not so much. But anyways, I'm not going to drag it out any longer. So our next lady of fragrance is the queen of pop herself, Madonna. Alright guys, so here's my Madonna fragrance collection. So it is one of the smaller ones with only 2 on the shelf, but let's just take a look at them anyways. So in the background I have her fragrance advertisement. Her debut scent was called Truth or Dare. So it comes in the white bottle that you see here. And sort of as a little mirror image on the other side is her Truth or Dare Naked fragrance. I kind of like them because the Truth or Dare bottle is white and the box is gold, and then it's switched for the second one with a gold bottle and a white box. And then on the bottom here are the Truth or Dare tester strips that I got when the fragrance was new. That's all I really have to show for my Madonna collection. I don't have any lotions or miniatures, and I'm not sure if she's going to be making another fragrance, but I really do like her first one, Truth or Dare. Okay. Alright, so the next collection comes from someone who I feel like has been kind of absent from the music industry. Like, okay, no, I shouldn't say that. She's been putting out albums. I've been getting them. I love her. I love, you know, her stuff. I feel like her popularity has certainly declined, and she gets a lot of criticism. Like, a lot of people just don't like her. And what's funny about her fragrances is that a lot of them are really good, but they are not distributed in North America as abundantly as a lot of the other ones we've seen so far. Anyways, I hate to keep you in suspense. So our next lady of fragrance has, I believe, 9 fragrances. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because I'm missing one. So she has 9. I have 8. It's Christina Aguilera. Yeah. Alright, so here is my Christina Aguilera fragrance collection. So I've done a pretty good job at collecting them. I am still missing one of them, but let's take a look at the ones that I have. So first of all, up top, I have a little advertisement of her Royal Desire fragrance with a body lotion for one of her more recent ones called Woman. So we're gonna start on the bottom left and kind of move from there. So this is called Inspire, and that was the one that was released in North America, and it's also her worst one, so that was kind of sad. And then right beside that is Royal Desire. Then we have Red Sin. Then we have our original one, which is called Christina Aguilera. This one here is Woman. Behind that, in the sort of red and black bottle, is Christina Aguilera by Night. The little guy here is Secret Potion. And the tall black one with the white lace is called Unforgettable. So in my mind, I'm only missing one, and that's the Seduction one that I'm going to hopefully be getting, in the future. Alright, so that is my Christina Aguilera fragrance collection. So our next person of fragrance, I guess I'll say, because it's not a lady, this is our only male contributor on the list. He has a total of 7 fragrances. He made his debut in 2011. Well, I guess he only has 6. One of them was kind of like a stupid thing. Anyways, so he has 6 and I have all 6. So without further ado, our next lady of fragrance is Justin Bieber. Alright guys, so here is my Justin Bieber fragrance collection. I do have all of the main ones. I'm just missing one limited edition fragrance, which I'm pretty sure is kind of gone forever, but anyways, let's take a little tour. So I have the original Someday fragrance sitting here. Beside it in this unusual bottle is the Girlfriend fragrance with the Someday body lotion behind. Up top in the center is Someday Summer Edition. This is actually the advertisement for his next Girlfriend fragrance, which is up there on the right. And then down here I have the key fragrances. There was 2. So the tall solid white one is the original key, and then the sort of frosted glass one next to it is the limited edition or the special edition version. And then I have a little small key on the bottom there. These are some Justin tester strips and a body lotion behind. So yeah, the Someday limited edition, it came in like a reddish pink bottle. I don't have that one, but I have all the rest. Okay, so that is the Justin Bieber fragrance collection. So our next lady of fragrance, she's a silly girl, this next one. So she began her fragrance adventure in 2012. Now, just to put into perspective, the 2 other ladies on our list that began in that year, Lady Gaga and Madonna, each have 2 fragrances. She has 8, okay? 8 fragrances in like 4 years. Of the 8, I have 4 of them. Her fragrance bottles are certainly distinguishable. If you see it, on the counter, you at least know that it is indeed a Nicki Minaj bottle, because, it's like her face and everything. Anyways, so our next lady of fragrance is Nicki Minaj. Alright guys, so here is my Nicki Minaj fragrance collection. So they all come in the sort of Nicki doll-shaped bottles. On the left here we have the original Pink Friday fragrance with little Pink Thursday over here. And in the center we have Majesty with her little baby over there. Got some tester strips on the bottom. The advertisement here is for Majesty. I actually had that in my review from a while ago. Then we have 2 body lotions and the Annika fragrance with the black hair. And up top is the pink print. So she does have a lot of special editions and limited editions. I think Pink Friday got 2, Majesty got 2. I didn't get a chance to get those ones, and there is a new fragrance out right now. I think it has red hair. I'm not sure what it's called, but I heard about it. But right now, these are the 4 that I do have for my Nicki Minaj collection. All right, so our next entry on the list, she comes actually very close to stealing J-Lo's title for the most amount of fragrances. She's been in the fragrance biz for a long time as well. Her debut scent, I mean, I think it was 2004 when she started, and like everyone had that one. So in total, I actually wrote this down because it was like a lot of numbers when I was like trying to think about it. So I have 17 of her fragrances. In total, she currently has 19 different fragrances available. Her 20th fragrance is coming out soon, and the grand total, including the 2 re-releases, is 22. Some of her fragrances are sort of silly, and I think people make fun of her and them, but there are a lot of really good ones in the collection. I had a fun time collecting them all, and I'm still going to collect them, so I don't really care, what people say. But I am talking about the sort of forgotten celebrity. I don't want that to sound mean, but Paris Hilton. Okay guys, so here is my Paris Hilton fragrance collection. So we're going to start on the left here. She does have quite a lot of fragrances. So this one here is her very first one, Paris Hilton, the one from many years ago. Then over here in the glittery tall bottle we have Eris. This one here is Just Me for Women. Now Paris Hilton does actually have several men's fragrances. So here is Just Me for Men, as well as Air, and one of her best ones is actually the Paris Hilton for Men in the blue bottle. I have some Eris body lotions in the back. And in the center here, we have Can Can. This was the very first Paris Hilton fragrance that I ever got. And this one here is the special Can Can Burlesque edition. I have a body lotion in the back here. This is the Fairy Dust advertisement box and the bottle right here. In the background we have the lid to my teas gift set, which came with this large bottle of teas here, as well as the body lotion and the roller ball in the back. Beside that is my favorite Paris Hilton fragrance, Siren, in the gold bottle, with the body lotion and the box with the advertisement. Then in the corner here we have one of her newer fragrances. This is called With Love, and we have the advertisement here. And then I have her Passport collection. Let's just move this for a moment. So this is the Passport collection that came with originally 3, and then a 4th one kind of popped up. This is South Beach, Paris, St. Moritz, which was the 4th edition, and Tokyo. And this little guy here is Dazzle. This is just a little 30 milliliter. That was the one that came out before With Love. And then sitting here are just some little tester strips. When she released the Passport collection, she released these little cards for each one. So that was Paris, Tokyo, and South Beach, and then some teas testers in the center. All right, so that is the Paris Hilton collection. So next we have our diva of fragrances. She's one of my very favorite people. She was actually in Toronto recently. She did a surprise Christmas concert. It was for free, like she just, performed it. And I thankfully was able to attend. Anyways, so her fragrance collection began in 2007, and she has 12 fragrances, so it's quite a a large collection. It's sort of divided in 2. One is kind of like what I consider her, casual, silly fragrances, and then her classy, like serious fragrances. So, you know, I do have all of them, so that is, you know, exciting for me and for you. Our diva of fragrances is, of course, Mariah Carey. Alright guys, so here is my Mariah Carey fragrance collection. So I'm going to show you this side of the collection first, which is her sort of like classier, sophisticated fragrances. We have her original fragrance M by Mariah Carey, which to this day is still one of my absolute favorites of all time. Some accessories are the M Shimmer Powder Brush and the body lotion in behind. Beside M we have Luscious Pink and a large Luscious Pink body lotion. Then over here in the crystal bottle is her Forever perfume with a couple of Forever miniatures. And in the back here we have Mariah Carey's Dreams and a Forever body lotion. Then over here in the front row, these are most of her Lollipop Bling and Lollipop Splash fragrances. But before we get to those, there's two extras here. This is just a miniature of the original M that I have up front because, you know, it's really small, so I wanted to put it in the center there. And then behind it is Ultra Pink. This is part of the Luscious Pink family. Then we get into the Lollipop Bling collection. So we have Ribbon, Honey in the yellow bottle, Mine Again, and this one is the long-lost 4th edition to the Lollipop Bling collection. It's called That Chick. It was never released with the 3. It came later on as like a surprise edition. It was very hard to find, but I eventually got one when I was visiting the United States. I have an Ultra Pink body lotion, which I totally forgot about until this moment. These are Mariah Carey tester strips, which I love because they are shaped as butterflies and they say Mariah Carey on the front. And in the back we have the Lollipop Splash Remix collection with Never Forget You, Vision of Love, and Inseparable. So that is my Mariah Carey fragrance collection, but there's actually one more little Mimi surprise I wanted to show you guys. I don't have it on the shelf because it's too big to fit, but I have it just down here. So here is my Mariah Carey Lollipop candy machine, or gumball machine. So this is filled with lollipop versions of all of her lollipop fragrances. I'm sorry for saying lollipop 100 times. So inside, they're roller balls, but they're shaped as lollipops. So this one's Ribbon, and I have the other 4, including samples, lotions, miniatures. So it's a whole, like, you know, candy collection. I don't really use them. I kind of just leave them in there, but I thought it was really cute. It's one of my favorites. Yay, Mariah! Okay, so we're nearing the end, believe it or not. Now, okay, if the world was a perfect place, I would have, like, you know, a whole wall dedicated to each one of my fragrance ladies. However, I have very limited space, and I mean, they're cramped enough as it is, you know, as you've noticed so far, but a lot of them I just don't have space for, so unfortunately they don't get their own section. I'm just going to show them to you quickly. And, you know, please forgive me if your favorite has been put to the shelf. You know, I'm trying my best. Okay. Okay, guys, so here is the collection of celebrity fragrances that I have here that I'm going to go through one by one. So on the left, we have some One Direction fragrances. So they actually have 4 altogether. I have the first 3, and then I never ended up getting the 4th. But this one here is called Our Moment. That was their first. This is called That Moment. And then behind, in this sort of like sarcophagus looking bottle, is You and I. And then I have rather large body lotions, which I never use, in the back there. Then over here, this is Ariana Grande's debut fragrance with this monster chasing behind her. She has 3 fragrances now. She has that Frankie one, which I never got a chance to smell, and then her newer one, Sweet Like Candy. but I only have the first one with the hair mist and the body lotion. This is Selena Gomez with the little butterfly kisses on the top. This was her second fragrance called Viva More. And then her first fragrance, Selena Gomez by Selena Gomez in the tall purple bottle. And over here, if you recognize the song in the background, it is Avril Lavigne. She's my favorite from this shelf. And I do have all of her fragrances. She only has 3. She hasn't made one in quite a while. I don't think she's going to do another. But this was her debut, Black Star. Followed by Forbidden Rose. And the taller bottle here is Wild Rose. I love these bottles. They're very nice looking. I have 2 lotions in the back, Forbidden Rose and the Black Star little mini lotion. The last one on this shelf is actually Kim Kardashian in the corner. Can't really, you can sort of see her face back there. Oh yeah, I forgot I got these little guys a while ago. And so this is her debut, Kim Kardashian. This one here is called Pure Honey. That's a funny little fragrance. This one is Fleur Fatale in this, it looks like a wedding cake. Maybe it is, I don't know. And then we have the body lotion. There's her face. And up top, you know I love my minis. This is the Kim Kardashian mini collection where we have Love, Gold, Glam, and the original over here. I don't even have the boxes down here. I do apologize, but on the left here we have Sarah Jessica Parker. I have Covet, Lovely, SJP NYC, and then a couple lotions. And then over here we have Hilary Duff. I really wish she would do fragrances again because both of hers were very good. But for now we just have Memories of With Love as well as Wrapped with Love with their respective body lotions. So then moving on, we do have my little Halle Berry collection. I have a couple of hers. This is her original Halle fragrance. And then Pure Orchid in the purple bottle. Pure Orchid body lotion, and this one is called Reveal. She has like 3 or 4 more, but those are the only ones I have. And then over here, oh my god, in the darkness, I'm so sorry. Wait, no, this is not right, I need light. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I have Shakira. The little golden one is S by Shakira, her first one, and the purple one is Floral. They both have body lotions, and then I have the original Elixir fragrance with a lotion. Okay guys, so that is the end of my fragrance collection video, Celebrity Edition. I hope you enjoyed visiting all of your favorite celebrities. But hold on a second. Am I missing someone? I did Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Christina, Mariah, Beyonce. Who am I forgetting? Don't worry, I know you were all thinking, oh my god, it's the end of the video and he hasn't even done the true queen of the universe. I was saving her for last. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know, since I debuted, then you know that I very much love this next lady. She is the reason I kind of started doing these videos in the first place, and her collection is very important to me, and it's not squished into a shelf or a cabinet. It is literally an entire wall. So, our grand finale is the queen of fragrances, the queen of my heart, my beloved Britney Spears. Alright everyone, so here is the final part of my fragrance collection, the Britney Spears wall. So let's begin on the left side of the shelf where we have some of her earlier fragrances. So the first one we're going to look at is the one that started it all back in 2004. That of course is her debut fragrance, Curious, that comes in this really nice blue bottle. I got one of the original bottles that came with the crystals rather than the beads as the little heart charm. That's a 50 milliliter, and then I have the large bottle here with the atomizer as well as a miniature. And that's the body souffle, and my advertisement that I got over 10 years ago in a magazine that's kind of falling apart, but it still is around. And this here, when Curious had its 5th birthday, Britney released Curious Heart as a limited edition Valentine's Day special. Beside Curious is her most popular fragrance. Everyone has a bottle of this. Don't pretend you don't. This is the original Fantasy fragrance. Down here is a miniature Fantasy. And this is a mini Fantasy. It's a little 5 milliliter. Body Souffle is in the back, and they're both sitting on their boxes. And then this one here is Believe. This is the 50 milliliter. No, I'm sorry, this is 100 milliliters, and then this is the mini with the body souffle and a 30 milliliter on the bottom here. Up here we do have some advertisements. I already showed you Curious. This is the ad for Believe. Sorry about the shadow. Britney with her little bird, and then the Fantasy advertisement with some bottles. All right, and then over here we have one of the different versions of Fantasy. This was her first eau de toilette fragrance, and it's called Island Fantasy, and it was one of her summer releases. Another summer release was the Maui Fantasy. This is one of her newer ones in the frosted blue bottle. And then up top we have Fantasy the Nice remix. She did a Naughty and Nice remix, and this one here is the nice version. Down here is Fantasy Intimate Edition, which was in to promote her lingerie line. Down here we actually have some very old Curious testers. I think you can sort of see, there it is, that I got a long time ago. And then in the center here we have Circus Fantasy with a body souffle in the back. And this one is a limited edition called Stage Fantasy. It actually was sort of to commemorate some of her stage performances, but it wasn't a new scent. In the center here we have sort of sitting on a box of glitter is the Radiance collection. This is the original Radiance. I have the 50 milliliter, the 100 ml, and the miniature. Some Radiance tester cards here with the large body lotion in the back. And this of course is a very large advertisement for Radiance that they had when it was brand new. They had it as like a marketing prop. And on this side of the shelf we have some of her more evening fragrances. This is another edition of the Fantasy line called Rocker Femme Fantasy. We got some original Fantasy testers here. Then we have one of her really popular scents as well, the Midnight Fantasy fragrance, which always brings back a lot of memories for me. That's the 50 milliliter bottle with the miniature and the body lotion. This is the advertisement for Midnight Fantasy, where she's sort of swimming in that I guess it's a swamp. And on this side we have the Naughty remix of Fantasy. As I told you before, it was a Naughty and Nice duo. That is the Naughty version. And this is one of her, well, it's her most recent fragrance. It is the Private Show, starting a new family of fragrances. And then up top here in the solid black bottle was a very special Fantasy. It was the 10th anniversary, so it was a special commemorative bottle. It was not a new fragrance, but she did release several different sizes, each coming with a special message that she put onto each bottle. Down here we have Cosmic Radiance, which is actually one of my favorites. This is the 50 milliliter with the 100 milliliter beside it, as well as the Cosmic Radiance advertisement. Up here is one of her best ones, actually. This is called Hidden Fantasy in the red bottle. And then up here we have one of her older ones called In Control Curious, as well as the little miniature and the body lotion. That's actually the advertisement for In Control. So these little postcard ads that are sort of along the wall. They're actually samples. On the back there's like a peel away sample. I haven't actually peeled it. I want it to, like, you know, stay there forever, but I just kind of use them as decor. That's the control box, and this is a silly little thing. It's the Fantasy Twist. It had Midnight Fantasy on the top and the Original Fantasy on the bottom. It was sort of a 2-for-1 special edition bottle. This is a little box of mysteries. It's actually the In Control jewelry box that came with the gift set from a long time ago. I have more postcards inside. Oh yeah, so this is what I was talking about. It's like a little peel away sample on the back. And then I also use this box to keep any Britney roller balls or travel sprays or anything that sort of came with the gift sets as an additional piece. I just kind of put them all in there. Alright guys, so that is my Britney Spears fragrance collection. It's sort of hard to get them all in one shot. But again, I have sort of the more evening collection here, and then going into the lighter daytime versions. Okay guys, so this is the real end of the video. Thank you again, and have a great night.